In today's class, we'll be going over the perfect curriculum that will give you or your kids an infinite amount of opportunities in life. Who's interested?
Oh, yes.
Welcome to the Millionaire University podcast, where you will learn more about making money in one episode than an entire eternity in college, because they don't teach you how to make money in college. For anyone who listens to the show on a regular basis knows that I am not a big fan of the college education system. I know I should be sent to the gallows for such blasphemy. But I've got a huge conundrum. My eldest son, Brogan, will be 18 next month. And about 6 weeks ago, he took this test that if he passed would allow him to be done with his senior year. And just last week, we got the results back and he passed. Like, he's done with high school. And in a week and a half, we're going to embark on this 9-month trip around the world with the family. And our other kids will be doing homeschool, but Brogan, I'm not really sure what Brogan's going to be doing. You see, when my kids were younger, I used to think, oh, by the time they're teenagers, they're going to have these rockin' businesses. It's going to be amazing. But the full, honest truth, as my ego is struck down to the floor, it is incredibly challenging to even get those guys to do their chores. And occasionally, I am hit with the horrible, disgraceful, sinful thought, maybe my kids should go to college. Oh. But the thing is, they don't want to go to college. They've been ruined. They know what's possible. It's just a matter of if at some point they'll actually take the steps they need to take to start their own business and create financial freedom. And while ultimately it's up to them, as a parent, my desire is to give my kids the best fighting chance. So as I've been facing this conundrum, I had an epiphany. About a month ago, I sat down and I wrote down a curriculum on what I wish college looked like, what I would have college look like if I were in charge. And I thought, what if I were to take that curriculum and adapt it for Brogan for the 9 months that were gone? And as I was going through this curriculum, I was like, I have got to share this on the podcast. So that's what we're going to go over today. This is the curriculum that I would use if I were starting Justin Williams Entrepreneurial College, aka Millionaire University physical location, that would help anyone who attended it make way more money in way less time without all the debt, and essentially give them endless opportunities for themselves and to change the world in their own way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the actual curriculum with you, and then we'll talk about a few ways that you can adapt it based on your personal situation. So how I would go about this is I would break it down into 8 classes that would meet 2 times a week for an hour each. The first class would be kind of like a hybrid of a business book club and a general content education class. We would each read the same business book each month and then come together as a class to discuss this book. In this class, we'd also come together and share and discuss any other valuable content or resources that we learned about or had been studying that week. We'd share what we learned and ask questions that we have, and other people could ask questions. Every class at Physical Millionaire University would be very interactive. The second class would be all about business fundamentals. From day one, all students would pick a business that they want to focus on, and they would begin implementing that very same day. Not only would they come up with their business idea the first day, but they'd also have a business plan and a go-to-market strategy within the first week. Now, students could adapt and change up their plan anytime they want. But the idea in getting started right away would, number one, to be to help avoid the main thing that most people avoid, which is actually taking action. This also would give them an actual real business that they are working on, not just busy work or a theoretical assignment that they might have to do someday. But the idea would be that everything that they're learning in this school, they're actually going out and applying in a real world, real life situation, not just busy work, not just theory. Because when we do that, we learn so much more. And you're creating something. Plus, it would be a safe environment where they can just take action. And it's okay if they fail or make mistakes or things don't go perfectly right every time. In this class, would also talk about things like business entities and business structuring, working with partners, hiring, training, working with employees, leadership. We would also talk about things like systems and processes, how to use different CRMs for your business, and different software tools. We'd learn about KPIs, key performance indicators, and different ways to use leverage and grow and scale your business. Class 3 would be all things marketing, specifically digital marketing. We would learn and discuss different kinds of content and paid marketing. We would learn about written content and SEO, how to do keyword research, and how to make amazing content that gets shared and gets backlinks. We would teach them how to create ads and drive traffic through pay-per-click, Facebook ads, YouTube, LinkedIn, and other social media sites. They would learn basic design and how to create a basic website, and basic copywriting and sales skills. They would learn about email marketing and how to grow and nurture an audience through email. We would talk about collaborations, JV partnerships, affiliate marketing, and how they can use those things in their business. They would learn the difference between top, middle, bottom of funnel. They would learn about webinars, break-even funnels, self-liquidation offers, text and SMS marketing, review automation, and how all these things integrate together to help them grow their business. Most importantly, they would be implementing and applying these things in real time on an actual business of their own. The fourth class would be all about video and audio creation. How to conceptualize, script out, record, edit, and publish amazing audio and video content. Since there would already be so much to cover in the marketing class, we'd probably have this cover all things podcasting, YouTube, video creation, and have a lot of marketing components to it as well. Essentially an extension of the marketing class, but kind of focused a little bit more on the actual recording, the software, the editing, what kind of equipment to use, how to improve sound, things like that. But the thing about this school is that while we would have different subjects to allow us to focus on specific areas, all these things would come together and the primary objective would be holistic, which is to help its students start, grow their business, and help create an unlimited amount of opportunities for them in their future. The fifth class would be all about mindset and perspective, self-development, well-being, self-care, how to look at failure and how to respond when things don't go exactly our way. How to deal with criticism, how to overcome fear, accountability, how to create habits that will change our life. Coming up with a personal vision and your why, and making sure that the business you're creating, the actions that you are taking in your business align with the things that you truly want out of life. Things like learning how to truly love yourself and know that true happiness doesn't just come from making a lot of money or accomplishing lots of things. Class 6 would be all about finance, all about accounting, all about understanding taxes, tax savings, tax brackets. I think I already mentioned entity structuring, but that would fit here as well. We would also learn all about ROI and how that impacts your business, how to raise money for your business and when that might be appropriate. We would talk about other general passive investment opportunities and what it means and looks like to truly be financially free, to make money while you sleep, while you're on vacation, making more money passively each month than you spend. Class 7 would be a time where we talk about all the different business opportunities that exist. Once a week, we would bring in a different guest speaker, someone who started and grew their own business successfully. They would share their story and business model with the class and the reasons why they feel like they were successful. And then the students would be able to just ask them questions and learn from their experience. Then once a week, we would also have students come with different business models, different businesses that they studied that week. They would share what the business is, what industry it's in, how that business markets and does sales, the revenue model, how they operate. In this class, we would talk about how to start and grow a marketing agency, how to start and grow a SaaS company, e-commerce and service-based businesses. We would constantly be talking about different businesses specifically, case studies, and we'd be talking about how all these businesses have different elements that you can kind of take and look at and adapt and adjust to help you in your business. But also the difference between where you should start with your business and what you should grow into. And recognizing just because one business is doing a certain thing doesn't necessarily mean that you should do that in your business, at least not today. And the 8th and final class, the best way I could describe it is it would essentially be like a weekly mastermind meeting. A board of directors coming together and just diving into it. The very specifics of what people are currently doing in their business, things that they're learning, things that are going well, things that they're stuck on. I see us starting off this class as just opening it up and going through and asking everyone, how's your business going? How's this going? Where are you stuck? What's going well? People coming with gold bombs, value, things that they've shared, success stories that they have. And then just an opportunity where they can constantly be getting help, asking for feedback. And then I see the other part of this class and actually throughout the school, like on a daily basis, being very heavily focused on implementation and constantly on a regular basis having other millionaire mentors and classmates around that you can collaborate with and ask questions to as you're implementing. And that, in a nutshell, would essentially be what my school would look like, or maybe what it will look like someday. In review, class 1 would be general business books and other business content. Class 2 would be business fundamentals. Class 3, marketing. Class 4, video and audio. Class 5, mindset. Class 6, finance. Class 7 would be just reviewing and going over all kinds of business opportunities. And class 8 would be like a mastermind, share where you're at, share what's working, share where you're stuck, help you overcome any barriers you're working through and get to the next level. So let's talk about how we could adapt this for, like, example, in Brogan's situation or in your situation or your kid's situation. A schedule like this would be pretty much full-time with 16 hours of class time and probably between learning and working on your business, an extra 20 to 30 hours of outside class time. So while I think a curriculum like this would be ideal for someone as like a replacement for college, typically someone who's between ages 18 and 24, doesn't yet have a family or a career. And while I do think following a pattern like this early on in life would drastically change someone's life, it doesn't by any means mean that it's absolutely necessary or you're doomed for failure if you haven't or aren't able to follow a curriculum like this. So one adaptation you could make is if you are someone you know has 15 to 20 hours a week, you could do essentially half of everything we talked about. Like you could spend an hour-ish studying these different topics and then another 8 hours applying these things. In Brogan's situation, he'll probably have about 20 to 25 hours per week, but at least half of that he'll be working with us. And while he will be applying some of these things, he just won't have a ton of time to learn and apply all of them. So in his case, we'll use this curriculum as a guide, but adapt it heavily based on his situation. Now, the most realistic scenario, and the reason why we're constantly talking about take action, make it happen, don't wait, is that you already have a job or a family or a very busy schedule. In that case, just take the things that we talked about today and figure out how these things apply to you and your situation, because nobody is like you. Rather than learn all these things, just make sure you have clarity on what you want in life, how you want to get there, come up with a basic business plan, and then narrow down to your very top priorities and start taking action one thing at a time. I still think it's good to occasionally just listen to a podcast, and you probably agree because you're listening to this now, or an audiobook. But you want to spend most of your learning time doing what's called just-in-time learning, which means learning the thing that you need to learn in the time you need to learn it to help you accomplish the thing you're trying to accomplish. Basically, if you're spending most of your day meandering and just checking out all kinds of different things and floating around social media on topics that have nothing to do with your business, you're probably not going to get very far. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. So many different things that I want to share with you. Today was all about coming up with the perfect ideal itinerary. This itinerary is going to be something I'm constantly working on. It's going to be something that we'll be applying as we continue to create content here on the podcast and our website, as well as future programs that we create here at Millionaire University. So while I have most of this written out, and there are some things on here that I didn't have time to go over today, but I will be continuing to add to this in more detail. So if you would like a written version of this, just hit me up, justin@millionaireuniversity.com, and I'll be happy to send it to you. And if there are any other topics or subjects that you would add to your perfect itinerary, I'd love to get that feedback as well. Not only will it help me with this itinerary and hopefully to someday create this actual physical school that can replace college, but it'll also give us an idea of the things and resources that you're looking for now that we can create content out of and include in future programs here at Millionaire University. If you enjoyed today's episode and know someone who can benefit from it, please consider sharing. If you have yet to get our free business training, go to millionaireuniversity.com/training. And remember to hit me up, justin@millionaireuniversity.com, if you would like me to send you a copy of the perfect itinerary. Other than that, get out there, keep taking action on your business. One small step at a time is all it takes to make your dreams become a reality. So keep getting after it, and we will see you next time on the Millionaire University podcast. Class dismissed.